In recapping week 8, I hope you've had an opportunity to flesh out your outline for your capstone. And I wanted to remind you that assignments for the next 2 weeks, that is weeks 9 and 10, are posted on the Blackboard site under the assignments folder for week 9. And this will be a 2-week assignment in which it sounds very simple to form groups and have a synchronous discussion regarding this week's lectures, that is week 9's lectures. But there are logistical issues and other types of issues that you'll navigate, and the outcome that I'm looking for is that you've had the experience in setting these things up, facilitating these conversations, and actually working with the synchronous technology to have a discussion about the topic. That is, to continue the types of conversations that you've had on the discussion boards. I found you very willing to point out things to one another, to challenge each other, and it'll be interesting to see how this all sort of manifests itself when you use a synchronous technology to facilitate these interactions. So I'm looking forward to listening to your taped, facilitated discussions after you're finished at the end of week 10. The office hours continue on Tuesday night from 6 to 8. The cell phone is almost always on, and I'm available via email. You can set up appointments if the office hours don't seem to work for you. I know a number of you have contacted me outside of those hours, and that's perfectly fine. I would encourage you to pick up the phone whenever you have a question rather than wondering. And never assume that a situation is one that I wouldn't work with. So I've talked with a couple of students who've had situations, and as long as you're doing your part and putting forth the effort, I will happily work with you. Check the assignment schedule. I revised it along with the syllabus, and the discussion board topics for the remainder of the semester are outlined on the assignment schedule, so you can sort of look ahead with regard to those. There will only be 3 video learning journal installments instead of 4. I looked at the schedule and realized that probably 3 would be enough, and so I just adjusted the points. It really doesn't affect your grade at all. It's just a matter of having one less installment to do, 3 instead of 4, so I figured you would be applauding as I say this. I've also removed the case study and substituted it with the synchronous discussions that we'll be having this week and next, as well as the practice session we're going to have for your capstones during weeks 15, I think 14 and 15 is when I put that out there. Anyway, you will get some experience in terms of delivering those capstones, and I'll put together a rubric, that is a grading sheet with the elements that I'll be looking for, and you will receive points for doing peer reviews for each other. So it will be, again, a worthwhile experience. In that you can probably look at your peers' presentations and get ideas as to what you might want to include in your presentation, as well as maybe some reminders about what not to do that you can provide for each other in a very constructive feedback way. Heading into the second half of the semester, I would remind you to keep the lines of communication open. Some of you have scheduling issues that come up periodically, and again, that communication is probably the most important component to the success of a distance ed interaction. Look ahead and plan accordingly if possible, and use each other as sounding boards for your capstones and other work. As adults, you bring a whole realm of experience and intuition to your work, and I've been very pleased with the level of work that you've been putting forth so far, and I'm heading into a course review for this particular course, hopefully before you do or after you do your next video learning installment. So your feedback really is important. It's been a work in progress for me, and it's been a learning experience as well. So hopefully you are learning from your peers as well as from what the information is that I'm providing for you. If you have any questions, just give me a call, write, or Skype. Thanks. Good luck.